What's going on, fight fans? It's your boy Ferris. I want to ask a question real quick. When you consider who you believe to be the greatest of all time or the best of an era, how do you gauge that? Like, what do you go off of? Me personally, I think it's hard to make a greatest of all time list because it's so opinionated. Anytime somebody say, oh, this person is the best, I always ask, like, the best at what? Like, best all-around fighter, best puncher, best what? You know, even if you go back to the argument that Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time, they always say he was the greatest inside the ring, outside the ring. But you talk to some other people that say he was a womanizer outside of the ring. So how do you gauge who the true greatest of all time is? You know, I know who I like. I know who I believe has a lot of skills. But even Superman has his kryptonite. You know, he has his Achilles heel, his weakness, so to speak. So how do you gauge it? Like, who's the best right now? You know, everybody's been talking about Canelo over the last 10 years. He's dwindling, so he's coming down. But it's a hard question, and that's why I laugh at most of these lists of the greatest of all times and this person, that person, especially when it's intertwined with older fighters, you know, back in the day, and newer fighters, because we don't know who would have won between those two fighters. If y'all seen my video before about how people put people from the best eras of boxing and stuff like that on a pedestal just because they fought in that time frame, that means nothing. That means nothing to me. You can't sit here and tell me Marvelous Marvin Hagler wouldn't have had no problem with nobody ever in any other time period. We just don't know. It's opinionated. So who you got at your top? Who's the greatest of all time, or who's the best in whatever area you choose, but explain in detail why you believe they the greatest. Because my opinion, I put Lennox Lewis high on my list. I think higher than most people would have him. As far as heavyweights, I put him in my top 3. I try not to just pick somebody just because I like them or because I follow their career, stuff like that. I try to take an unbiased look at certain fighters. And to me, once he got with Emmanuel Stewart, his jab was devastating. He fought tall, like some fighters don't do. He didn't necessarily have great defense, but he was so long that his offense actually kind of pushed his defense a little bit. A lot of people say he had a glass chin just because he got knocked out by Rockman, but at the same time, Vitaly Klitschko landed some punches on him. He didn't go down. So yeah, this is what this video is about. Who is the greatest in your opinion? Why are they the greatest? And how do you gauge who the greatest is? Like, what do you look for? Let me know in the comments and I'll reply to you. I'll make another video about, you know, what I gathered. This is like a little project for me. So let me know. Like I said, this is Ferris with Glove to Face. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and y'all let me know in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all.